Turn this one on and here, I'll turn yours on. Don't want you to be deprived.
One thing, did you all sign in to the paper there? If you could sign in, just, I know it's only 4 of you, but I still need to have that written record.
As soon as they get done, I'll call it over. There's a story I'll share later. You need something else?
No, I just
Okay.
I saw
That
that.
hat's been here.
Okay, I was like,
We've still been trying to figure out whose hat
No,
it
this is
is.
okay.
It was here on Tuesday's meeting too, so everybody's like, where did it come
I'm just
from?
making sure I got the stuff I need here.
Yeah.
I've got it here. Looks like.
Okay. Welcome everyone to the Owen County BZA April 18th, 2024 meeting. I will call the meeting to order now. If everyone would please rise and we can do the pledge. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Susan, roll call, please.
Sandra Calvert. Here. Corbin Abel.
Present.
Norm Warner.
Here.
Justin Combs. Beth Wood.
Okay, moving on. Number 4 on the agenda, approval of minutes from the February the 15th meeting. We've had these for a little bit. Would I entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second that motion.
Sandra Wood and Mr. Averill, all in favor by show of hands? 3-0. Old business, don't know that we have any. Okay. All right, new business. A, public hearing for design variance BZA 2024-4 for William and Tamara Snodgrass. I will call the public hearing to order. You guys have anything beyond the application, come forward if you'd like.
I think that application speaks for itself.
Okay, good enough. We do have a letter from a neighbor that was in complete agreement with your assessment.
I don't think I put it in there.
I don't see it, but if,
There is a letter that was submitted.
yes, it was in our packet, so everybody's had
Yeah,
opportunity
we've
to
seen
see it. So let me go through my script here, and then we'll move on from there. So at the BZA meeting, there will be a request for a design variance concerning setbacks. Indiana Code 36-7-4-918.5 and the Owen County Zoning Ordinance 16.6. A Board of Zoning Appeals shall approve or deny variances from the development standards such as setbacks of the zoning ordinance. The board may impose reasonable conditions as part of the board's approval. A variance may be approved only upon determination in writing of the following. The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare of the community. The use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner, and the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property. Indiana Code 36-7-4-920 and Owen County Zoning Ordinance 16.3. Number 1, public notice in accordance with Indiana Code 5-3-1-2 and 5-3-1-4 shall be published at least 10 days prior to the meeting. Did that happen?
Yes.
At least 10 days prior to the hearing, the planning director shall notify all interested parties of the public hearing by certified mail. Did you do that?
Yes.
At least 10 days prior to the hearing, the planning director shall post and maintain a sign on the subject property notifying those passing the property that the request for a variance approval for the property has been made. Was that sign out there?
Yes.
Okay. The staff, if any, may appear before the board at the hearing and present evidence in support of or in opposition to the granting of the variance or the determination of any other matter. Other persons may appear and be present relative to evidence. A person may not communicate with any member of the board before hearing with the intent to influence the member's actions on a matter pending before the board. Did either of you hear from either of these folks?
No.
Okay. Not less than 5 days before the hearing, the staff shall file with the board a written statement setting forth any facts or opinions relating to the matter. The board shall conduct a public hearing on the application of the variance approval, which is what we're doing tonight. Following the hearing, the board shall take action on the application. The board may approve, deny, or approve with conditions. And then the board shall make written findings of the facts in support of this decision, and those will be on file with Susan in her office. So the ones that we're looking at tonight for, both of these for that matter, but specifically this one is setbacks, which is our zoning ordinance 12.32. And we're getting into a side setback that would be less than the 25 feet, okay? So you've seen their application. We have a neighbor, that's the adjacent neighbor that it would impose on, that's in favor of allowing this. Do you guys have anything else before I close the public hearing? No? All right, so I will close the public hearing, and I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Sandra.
I will second
Calvert.
that motion.
Seconded by Corbin April.
One question.
You want us to go through the findings?
Well, no, we gotta go through the findings, but we need a setback amount.
A setback amount.
25 to
Gotcha.
what? So
Let me look here. It's in here, right?
I believe so, because it's on the site plan.
Yeah. Let me find it here. Oh, here it is.
12,
Nope, it's the wrong one.
25.
What's that? It's the right one.
5 feet is what she's asking for.
Have to get on the right corner here.
Yeah, so it would be just.
So in our motion, we need to state that it's 5 foot on the front and 9 feet on the back,
No,
right?
no, 5 feet on the back.
Just 5 feet.
5 feet on the back.
The closest one, that's what we need to make.
Okay, 5
Yeah,
feet.
this is the fence line here, and this is just between the two buildings,
Yeah.
is what she's putting,
Okay,
for 5 feet.
So the 5 feet.
so we need 5 feet in the
So,
motion. If you're okay with that
I'm okay
amendment?
with that.
You okay with the second
Yes.
on that amendment? All right. So I need to close the public hearing. I will now close the public hearing for 2024-4. And having a motion and a second on the floor, we will take a vote. All in favor by show of hands. 3-0. All right, Bill, you guys are good to go on your variance. Yep. Okay, moving on. Public hearing for design variance BZA 2024-5 for James Witcher.
Yes.
Okay. I will open the public hearing for BZA 2024-5. Mr. Witcher, do you have anything to add past your application? If you do, turn the microphone on so we can hear you and fire away.
His state his name, doesn't he, for?
Yeah, state your name and address, please.
Yeah.
It's
Push that
red
button
light.
there.
The red light is on.
Yeah, just push that button there. Yeah, I hear you.
James Witcher. Is that what you need?
Your address.
Oh, address, there's 599 Nick Ridge.
All righty. You
So,
wanna-
very simply put, we have a beautiful ravine, and we have just very small, flat land by the road, and we need to fit a couple items up there, so we'd like to start with the garage. So, I know later on or whatever, we'll have to figure out the house, but the garage is approximately 35 feet, and the house looks like it's gonna be about 60, so. We gotta, I don't know when we address all the items, but I'd like to try to address at least the garage.
Well, and so I went out there, this is fairly close to me. You care to bring that up?
Yeah.
And quite literally, he has a ridge next to the main road, and then he has a ravine behind him that basically goes the length of the property. He doesn't have any other options. He's already got a septic there, so obviously he can't build on that.
Yeah.
So the ridge follows this curve right here. that you can see, and that's pretty much the only flat part on there. So he's looking to put in his garage where this white building is now. That's a temporary, and you're gonna build a permanent garage there, correct?
Yes.
And he's gonna have to raise that one back corner quite a bit even at this, because it does roll off quite a bit. And then to the, what would be the west of this building will be where he puts his, is it a single wide or is it gonna be a house?
It will be a single wide.
Okay. And it'll be 65 feet off, but the corner of that garage is 35, right?
Yeah, we're at 35, and I think.
From the center of the private drive there. And this is a community drive. I don't know if you guys have been up in there. You probably know it, but
I've never been.
it's a community drive, kind of like we have in Owen County, where several people lives back in here.
Okay. So the people on the property maintain the road then, or?
Yeah, it's a,
Gotcha.
yeah, owner maintained properties. And we heard from no one.
Well, we heard from one neighbor, but he was just confused about why he got a letter. That's it.
All right. So I'm sorry to do this to you, but I do have to go through this script again.
That's fine.
So let me do that. Did you have anything else before?
No, that was it for me.
Okay, all righty. All right, so, Indiana Code 36-7-4-918.5 and Owen County zoning ordinance 16.6. A Board of Zoning Appeals shall approve or deny variances for the development standards such as setbacks of the zoning ordinance. The board may impose reasonable conditions as part of the board's approval. A variance may be approved only upon the determination in writing of the following. The approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, moral, or general welfare of the community. The use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner, and the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property. Indiana Code 36-7-4-920 and Owen County zoning ordinance 16.3. The public notice in accordance with Indiana Code 5-3-1-2 and 5-3-1-4 shall be published at least 10 days prior to the meeting. Did that happen? Okay.
Yes.
At least 10 days prior to the hearing, the planning director shall notify all interested parties of the public hearing by certified mail.
Yes.
And that happened, and you heard from one, but it was confusion.
Yeah, it was just confusion on
Okay.
there.
At least 10 days prior to the hearing, the planning director shall post and maintain a sign on the subject property notifying those passing the property that a request for a variance approval of the property has been made. That was there, I seen it, but,
Yeah.
okay.
Took us a little bit to get it there because of the water.
The staff, if any, may appear before the board at the hearing and present evidence in support of or in opposition to the granting of the variance on the termination of any other matter. Other persons may appear and present relevant information. A person may not communicate with any member of the board before hearing with the intent to influence the member's actions on a matter pending before the board. Did either of you hear from them?
No.
Okay. Not less than 5 days before the hearing, the staff may file with the board a written statement setting forth any facts or opinions related to the matter. We had none. And I have misplaced my second sheet of this. What did I do with it?
We started thinking of a different color.
Maybe. The board shall conduct a public hearing on the application for variance approval, which is what we're doing tonight. Following the hearing, the board shall take action on the application. The board may approve, deny, or approve with conditions. The board shall make written findings of the facts in support of its decision. And once again, we're on County Ordinance 12.32, which is getting into in this case, the front setback of 75 feet. So in the motion, we'll need to make sure that we cover the 32 feet, which would be the closest point.
It says 38 on here.
Or is it 38?
38.
I thought it was 32. Okay. Then we'll call it 38 in the motion, please. All right, with that, do you have anything before I close the public hearing? Either one of you? No. Okay. And I will close the public hearing on 2024-5, and I will entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to approve the design variance for the setback from the road to be moved to 38 feet instead of 75 feet.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
I will second.
All right. Corbin made a motion, Sandra seconded. All in favor by show of hands? 3-0. You have your setback, sir? 38 feet. Make sure it stays at least 38 feet from the center, okay? All right. All right, so in both cases, we will make sure the written findings are what we've said now, and then they'll be available to you, right?
Yeah, we probably Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, I'll have the paperwork all ready and signed. So, and then we can do the building permits.
At that time,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
would you want us to bring the sign back in
No, I'll send somebody out to get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you both.
Yep. Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Tuesday next week, we come back to it.
Give me Tuesday, I'm not gonna be here Monday, so, yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday.
I have one more question.
Uh-huh.
So since there was two things that they're talking about, one on the garage and we're talking about the house, how long is the permit good
For the garage?
or is it for, are we doing both with this, or are we just doing the garage?
So they didn't actually, you didn't say
So we'll just come back.
specific to the garage, did you?
No, we just said 38, 75 feet to 38 feet. So you, right now, either, whatever you build there, you have 38 feet to work with. Yes.
Oh, yeah, so the other one falls in.
Right, so
Yeah.
this makes sure your closest point to the center of the road is 38 feet away, and you're good.
So if you all of a sudden your house wants to be 20 feet, you need another
Yeah, the house is
variance.
like
Yeah.
60, it's on its
Yeah.
way in.
Yeah.
You're fine.
And then it's good for a year.
I
No,
don't,
this is good, this'll be good and white built.
Oh, awesome.
So,
Yeah.
but the permit's only good for a year, for
Okay.
the building permit.
But the setback will stay as long as they own the property, right? It'll,
Oh,
Yeah.
super, awesome, thank you.
yeah, thank you.
guys have a good evening.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on with the agenda. Public comments. I will say there's none. Staff report.
Okay, just so you know, there is going to be a meeting next month.
See ya.
See ya.
You have 4
Oh.
petitions.
All right.
You have a use variance, I believe 2 design variances, and a conditional use variance. So, yeah.
Okay. BZA members, anything?
No.
All righty, I will make a motion to adjourn.
I will second.
We are adjourned, thank you.
Thank you.